The storm raged, rain lashed the jungle, wind ripped leaves from trees. A small black monkey clung to a branch. He was alone, his family gone. The wind tore him away. He landed, stunned, at the edge of the forest. His fur was the color of midnight, except for a splash of white on his chest. He had intelligent eyes that seemed to understand more than a monkey should. The little monkey was different. He was special. He would be called Shadow. Shadow whimpered, shivering in the storm's aftermath. He was small, vulnerable. The jungle was a dangerous place for a lost little monkey. He missed the warmth of his mother, the playful antics of his siblings. He felt a deep pang of loneliness. He longed for safety, for comfort. He longed for home. Maria, a biologist studying jungle life, found him. He was huddled under a bush, soaked and afraid. She scooped him up gently. His eyes met hers, a deep, knowing look. She felt an instant connection. She would call him Shadow. Maria took Shadow back to her camp. She fed him warm milk and wrapped him in a soft cloth. He snuggled into her, finding solace in her touch. She knew she couldn't leave him to fend for himself. She would care for him, at least for now. Days turned into weeks. Shadow thrived under Maria's care. He was playful and mischievous, but there was a depth to him, an intelligence that surprised her. He learned his name quickly. He seemed to understand her words, her emotions. He was more than just a pet. He was a companion, a friend. Shadow became part of Maria's life. He shared her meals, sitting politely at the table. He helped her with her work, fetching tools and carrying small objects. He even learned to mimic some of her actions, his nimble fingers clumsily trying to copy her tasks. One day, Maria returned to her camp, weary and disheartened. Her research wasn't going well. She slumped onto a chair, tears welling up. Shadow, sensing her sadness, climbed onto her lap. He gently touched her cheek with his tiny hand, as if to wipe away her tears. In that moment, Maria knew that Shadow understood. He felt empathy, a quality rarely seen in animals. He was special. Their bond deepened. They played games, went on explorations together. Shadow would often find comfort in her arms, just like a child would. He learned to communicate with her, not through words, but through gestures, expressions, and the language of the heart. He had become family. Years passed. Shadow grew. He was strong and agile. His fur gleamed like polished ebony in the sunlight, but he never forgot Maria's kindness. He was devoted to her, his eyes reflecting a deep affection. One day, a troop of monkeys appeared at the edge of the camp. They were Shadow's kind. He was drawn to them, a primal instinct stirring within him. He looked at Maria, his eyes filled with a mix of longing and uncertainty. She knew it was time. With a heavy heart, Maria led him to the edge of the jungle. He turned back to look at her one last time. Their eyes met, a silent farewell passing between them. Then, with a graceful leap, he joined the other monkeys, disappearing into the dense foliage. Maria never saw Shadow again, but she never forgot him. She often thought about him, wondering about his life in the wild. She knew that she had given him a second chance at life, a chance to be with his own kind, and in return he had given her a gift of unconditional love, and the reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope and compassion can shine through.